Senator Greenleaf.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I want to get into a slightly different issue, and that is property taxes, but it does have an impact on what you're doing. In the Southeast, and particularly in my district, property taxes is still a major issue. We get very little educational money in our districts. We have many schools in this Commonwealth of Pennsylvania get 70% of their budget from state money, while we get 15%, 12% of our money, of our budget, educational budget, from the state. It's a tremendous disparity. On top of that, those districts that get that kind of money haven't raised their taxes in years. Many of them have surpluses and have very little, as I say, tax effort. And they've lost population on top of it, school population, while we've gained population. So one of the only bright spot in all of this is the increase that we provided for property tax and rent rebate programs several years ago. And when we have many of our senior citizens are living on fixed income, and now it's hitting our middle class people, and now with this economy, they're going to have a lot more trouble paying their property taxes. And so what happens is we have more people losing their homes because of that. I recently received a letter from a deputy sheriff in Bucks County, and explained the process and where he has to go to these homes and to evict people because he can't afford to pay their property taxes. That's happening in the Southeast, and I'll give you a copy of the letter if you'd like to see it. They're out on the street because they can't pay their property taxes. That's not happening. I'd like to see that happening in other parts of the state. It's not, I would bet. So my question is, and this is really not a tremendous help, but it's some help, particularly the seniors in regard to this the rent rebate program, property tax and rent rebate program. How many individuals are qualifying for that program? And I understand it has increased significantly over the last several years since we adopted this program, the increase in the program.
Well, for this year, we've issued about 577,000 checks to people who qualified. There was an increase in applications this year. I don't remember the final number, but it was over 600,000 applied. And there's still a few that we're still processing, but about 577,000 have qualified.
What percentage of that what percentage of increase has there been since we adopted the increase in the program to now? Do you have a general idea?
Why don't we get you we'll get you that information.
That'd be fine. What about, and also in regard to the funds, I know we discussed a little bit about this in other questioning, but is there, the very specific question then is there sufficient monies to continue this program?
Yes, sir.
And I have a feeling that we don't have 100% participation, because in my office we've reached out to them in every way we can possibly think of to let them know about this program, and there's still people who don't know about it. Oh, they come in the last minute and say, I didn't know about this, and we've helped them fill out their forms and all. Do you have any idea what type of a participation we have in the program? 80%, 90%?
Well, I mean, it's been the opinion of the administration that there were substantial numbers of people who qualified but who were not applying, and
Right.
I've seen numbers much larger than have applied. But maybe Dan can give you more specifics.
Yes, you're absolutely right, Senator. There continue to be, appear to be at least, large numbers of seniors who could qualify and have not applied, and our department has been working at that with outreach programs of various kinds and publicity for the program. We knew going in that there would never be 100% participation. We were hoping to get to 80%. Right now, as far as I know, the participation level is on the order of 60%, and we're still trying to drive that up.
Yeah, well, I appreciate you continue those efforts to educate people about this program. And then the final this comment I have, and it's not a reflection on the department or their employees, but when we're dealing with this issue, for example, we call the Department of Revenue and we're having a difficulty getting through on your department, and sometimes we're on the phone for 30 minutes waiting. And I think it's probably maybe don't have enough employees, but of course now we're all talking about reducing employees on top, but in this situation, I think it's important to make sure that there's enough people there. When you get to them, they're very competent and polite, but it's clearly, I won't go over all the situations that we've had, but we're having some trouble in getting through and resolving some of these issues for our constituents.
And let me give two answers to you, Senator. First, we've put in place some new phone systems that I think make us more efficient in getting back to people with the time that they have to spend on the phone waiting for somebody to answer their questions. I mean, it was a very severe problem years ago. The new phone system, I think, has helped somewhat with that problem. And we're very aware of it, and we try to encourage people to be patient, and if not, we call them back. I mean, we're able to now take numbers and call those people back if they want to get off the line. So it's, and we can go back, and if we want to go back to the actual numbers prior to the change in property tax rent rebate, the number of checks issued in 06-07 was 310,000. In 07-08, it was 531, and this year it's 577,000.
Thank you.
Okay, I don't want to go over the more details of it. I can explain to you what problems we've been having privately. I think that would be the best way to handle this, and then we can, maybe you can resolve it, try to resolve it for us.
Thank you very much.
I think you're on my calendar to visit soon, so we can go over it then.
Okay.